Good morning. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thanks for joining us today for the American Heart Association's 100th birthday. I'm Lani Gokiala, Executive Director of the American Heart Association, and this is my co-host, Luis Cruz, our Marketing Communications Director. It's our pleasure to host today's celebration.
As with everything that we do here at Heart, our work is not possible without you. Let's make this time interactive and feel free to type in any questions or comments into the chat. At Heart, we are excited to be celebrating our 100th birthday. We'd like to hear from you in the chat. Tell us what's one thing that you are most excited about celebrating around heart and stroke health.
One thing we're excited to celebrate locally is the arrival of the American Heart Baby, born today at UCI Health Fountain Valley. Just a side note, we have two of them right now racing to be the baby of the 100th year birthday celebration. So be sure to check our social media for more information on this. Luis, I know that you definitely have something to celebrate. Can you share what that is?
Yeah, I'm excited to share that I'm celebrating a second chance at life. Prior to joining the American Heart Association, I suffered what's referred to as a widowmaker heart attack, and I had to have 2 stents put in to help open up a clogged artery. And I was released from the hospital 13 months ago to the day. And I'm also celebrating 6 months with the American Heart Association. So I have a lot to be grateful for.
Luis, thank you so much for sharing. Our team is all celebrating you today as well. As a friend of the AHA, I'm sure that you've heard our mission statement before, but I wanted to share it here. Our mission is to be a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives. This mission and our work are not possible without our supporters that enable us to do some pretty incredible things in our community. As an example, in Orange County, Edwards Life Sciences and their foundation are funding conversations at the Mexican consulate throughout the year to educate and provide resources on various heart and brain topics. They're also enabling the Heart Association to collaborate with local federally qualified health centers in self-monitoring blood pressure initiatives, serving under-resourced communities around us. McCarthy Building Companies continues to promote a gold standard in employee engagement and heart health with on-site briefings with their craft workers on heart and stroke topics. They encourage their employees to know their numbers and utilize on-site self-monitoring blood pressure units, which actually have led to some recognizing a pattern of elevated numbers and taking action with their doctors. Sunline Transit Agency in the Coachella Valley has joined our efforts in their launch of Rapido later this year and striving to reach marginalized and under-resourced areas of the desert in sharing AHA messaging and resources. And in the Inland Empire, we're extremely proud of our work with the food bank across San Bernardino and Riverside counties, where we are assisting in policy changes and facility upgrades to allow for sustainable outcomes for populations served there. The Inland Empire is also home to the first ever Libraries with Heart program, which allows the lending of self-measuring blood pressure units to patrons. This program has been such a success that it is being mirrored across the country. Again, just a small sample of our mission in action in our communities. Please let us know in the chat if any of these areas of impact are something that your organization wants to get behind in our second century.
Like Lonnie said, none of our progress and work would have been possible without the help of our supporters and volunteers. Let's take a moment to watch this Centennial sizzle reel showcasing 100 years of our work together.
In 1924, our founders had a singular thought: to save people with heart disease. With a bold vision and audacious goals, they set out on a mission that would change the world. Working alongside a global family of volunteers, donors, and advocates, we have transformed the way the world understands, treats, and prevents cardiovascular disease and stroke. We've advocated for the rights of patients and their families, and we funded scientific research that has saved millions of lives. There are so many incredible achievements to celebrate, and yet we're not stopping there. In fact, we're just getting started. As we celebrate our 100th birthday, we're partnering with you to bring our Centennial to life in ways that get even more people excited and engaged about our mission. From heart walks in Cycle Nation to the glitz and glamour of heart balls to companies in schools and community events, we're celebrating how much we've achieved together and all the bold hearts that make it possible. We're expressing our gratitude to our donors and community partners who fuel our mission and casting an even bolder vision for our future as we together continue to fuel science and innovation, fund life-saving research, and make a difference in communities that need us most. 2024 is going to be an unforgettable year as we say to the world, our future is about improving yours. Join us on the journey.
Thank you to those organizations and individuals that carried the torch from our first century to the second. You can see our Centennial and second century supporters here. So thank you so much for all you do. Our supporters enable our life-saving work, but our survivors are critical in telling the stories of our why. Joining us is a survivor, Victoria Rodriguez. Victoria is a former semi-pro international figure skater and speaker for the American Heart Association. Thank you for joining us today, Victoria, to celebrate 100 years of heart.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. As a survivor, what advances or discoveries by the American Heart Association in our first 100 years are you most grateful for?
I am most grateful for babies being able to be diagnosed in utero now. I was misdiagnosed until the age of 6, and my youngest daughter, Riley, was actually diagnosed when I was 20 weeks pregnant with a congenital heart defect. So being able to be diagnosed so early, she received the best care, and now her heart defect is expected to close by 1 year old.
Oh, that's great to hear. And you have the cutest little girls. We got a chance to see them on Instagram. Thank you for posting them. So if folks haven't seen the Instagram post by Victoria, you can check it out on our Instagram page at AHA Southern CA. What progress or discoveries are you hopeful that we'll make in our second century?
I am hopeful that congenital heart disease will eventually be completely eradicated. I pray that my daughters will never have to worry if their babies will have congenital heart disease, and I pray that parents will no longer have to receive that really difficult news that their baby has a heart defect.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk with us today, Victoria. We appreciate it, and thank you for all you do to help us spread the word.
Thank you for all of the hard work that you all do.
Thank you, Victoria. Together, we have achieved 100 years of milestones in the fight against heart disease and stroke, saving countless lives. We'd love for our audience to share in the chat on how you will promote heart and stroke health for yourself, your loved ones, and for your community as we start the second century.
Really, let's not forget why we're here, right? It's the AHA's birthday, and what's a birthday without presents? First one is for you. The best gift you can give yourself is taking care of yourself. Celebrate the next 100 years by starting with be present. Repeat after me. My present to myself. I will continue to work on my heart health by focusing on life's essential 8. And you can see that right on the screen, all that entails. Some ideas off of our birthday wish list are gifts to our local community. Those could be, let's get your organization involved in workplace wellness initiatives with our Wellbeing Works Better program. And we can easily send you the link for that as well. And from form a walking team right in your workplace or a community and celebrate at one of the Heart and Stroke Walks in Orange County, the Inland Empire, and Coachella Valley. Learn hands-only CPR and join our nation of lifesavers. Everyone can be a lifesaver and make a donation or sponsor one of our local community impact initiatives at this QR code. And so you can take a picture right there on the screen there and make it super easy.
If you'd like more info on any of our community work and want to support any of these initiatives, please reach out to our team. You can also stay up to date with local happenings and work on social media.
Everyone, on behalf of the American Heart Association, thank you for joining us today with our virtual Centennial birthday party. This work that we do cannot be done without each and every one of you. Have a wonderful second century.